Goop.
And
A
you
sinus infection usually makes your boogies red and yellow.
and you have a sinus infection?
Nah, I got clear boogies.
I don't. All right, so let's not start the podcast talking about the. I don't know.
Boogies?
Stop saying that.
You don't like boogies? What do you
I
call it?
don't like that word at all.
Nose goop?
I honestly, maybe that's something I got to work on. But if I look at somebody and yeah, like their nose is all just clustered,
Yeah.
it's just like a, yo, you got, like, I'm not like
When
saying,
you see someone in December and they got a goopy nose, I'm usually walking away.
well, no, it's not like, yo, you have a booger in your nose.
Oh, you
Like
just
that
say
word. I'm just,
what
you
go?
got
What do you blow out of your nose?
snot.
Snot. You don't say boogies.
No, I don't. Even though I may have to with the kid on the way. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
might have to, I might have to dive back into like just
Why not? I think
dumbass
it's funnier
words.
to call them boogies. You sound. I guess it's kind of like a.
Or I could have bro at like 3 years old saying words like elegant.
Nah, we're not doing that. This kid lives in
Anyways,
Florida.
all right,
He's not gonna sound like that.
ladies and gentlemen, brand new podcast. We're here. Devin's sick. Mikey's not, but you know that's what happens when you live in colder areas and you got to just
I don't
deal
think
with.
is that true.
You don't you so you think people. You don't think that
If
people.
that's the case, Buffalo's fucked.
So you don't think people in
Buffalo's a bunch of
colder.
boogie filled losers.
You don't think people in colder areas get more sick than people in the South, or just people where it's warmer?
That's probably true, but I don't know what I have. I just got.
100%. I mean, like you go outside with your hair wet and it's cold, you're like immediately sick,
That
or like
happens.
just wet. Period.
Are
You're
we
like
sure
sick.
that's not like a tale that our moms told us that was like,
No, I feel like that
wear your jacket,
happens.
you're gonna get fucking cold and sick.
No, you get cold and then you get sick. I think that's a thing. I think that we need Neil. We need Neil on here to break it down. We can really
Neil's
understand.
an astrophysicist, bro.
And okay, and you don't think he understands how fucking colds work?
He probably does, but he's
You
not an
think Neil
expert.
deGrasse Tyson doesn't know how
I don't want to
fucking the
talk
flu
to him.
works? I would love to talk to bro. Bro
I
seems
don't.
you're a dick.
I'm
I
a
would
hate.
love
I'm
to.
a class A
You
hater.
you are. I would love to talk to bro.
Nah, I'm good. I don't
No,
really care.
I would. Why? What would be wrong with talking to Neil
I
deGrasse
don't. I
Tyson?
personally don't care about space. He'll probably give me a rundown about why I should care about space.
No, you don't even. He don't even got to convince you to. Honestly, it's just any question you got. Bro don't even got to give you an answer. He can just give you his best idea, and that's why I like him because he's
How do
not
I
even
make it
like.
bigger?
Well, I'm just saying like when I hear bro talk, it's not always like here's why I'm right. It's like, well, if you look at this, if technically if this is going like he'll start breaking shit down, and it's like, damn, like you'll feel smarter after watching him talk for like 5 minutes.
Sometimes.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro be more interesting to talk to than like, I don't know. I can't think of
Charleston White.
Bill Nye.
Fuck Bill Nye.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather talk to Neil than Bill.
Bill Nye's like the world's ending.
Neil over Bill. But
It's funny how like the climate change people were like, we got to pay Bill so that
what do
he
you mean?
can. Well, he had a whole climate change is real thing a few years ago.
I know absolutely nothing about climate change.
I agree. I don't know
Here's
what
my
it is.
take on climate change. It's hot. And then it's
Well,
like and
I
then
think
it's like
Neil's gonna
not
give
as
you a
hot.
good rundown on it.
It's like hot and then like not as hot and then it gets hot again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here's my bigger take, and then I'll end it there. If it like if like the world is because I mean if we want to just dumb it down, global warming is
No,
like
we sound really dumb, but it's
no. I'm saying really dumbing it down. It's like global warming is just the Earth getting hotter. It's like yeah, no, and we're not going to be able to stop it.
no, because people are like, oh, if you throw a water bottle in this bin, then your grandma's gonna be able to stay alive for 20 more years. It's like no, my grandma smokes every day. She's gonna die in about a week. Like there's no like I don't know what the like
I'm
these
just
people
saying like if the world
no,
like
but they
if the
come up with these things and it's like no, we would all have to stop living real lives. We would
well
have
I'm
to
just saying there's
sit
I
around and play
mean
with dirt and walk
yeah
around
like
with no shoes on like warriors. and that's
You know, the
fine.
more advanced we get, the hotter. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
all this technology and shit. I'm
we're
hot. I just got some lights in a computer, and I'm hot. Just all this heat on me right now. I'm polluting the earth right now, Devin.
you are.
I'm making the earth hotter right
Well, and
now.
then the explanation is let's start a new planet. But I'd rather, like, honestly, like, people are like, oh, I want to, if there's a Mars, I want to go to Mars and live there. It's like, I want to die here. I'm good dying here. Honestly, I hope we all die here because I don't. Yeah,
And also, shout out to what's his name? Elon was talking about some shit. He was saying, if anything, we might not be going up. We might be going down at some point.
in temperature,
No, like instead of like we know more about the surface of you know what is it, the moon or Mars, than we do the ocean and the water.
Mars.
I'm saying like you can do like it's something like you can go like 100 stories into the ground, and I mean I'm just saying like even the way he was talking about it, like there might be a world in the future where there's more d- discovering
Under.
deeper into the earth
Nice.
down instead of going up. There's
Are we gonna turn
like
into sewer rats?
according to him is like there's not much more out there to look for or to study or to see like.
It's also fairly improbable to.
But I'm saying like if we know all we know, and if we want to go down and dig up some shit and see what's going on, I'm down. I'm down to go down.
I'm down with just leaving it.
I'm
Like,
down to go down. Maybe
like
not like far enough to visit like the Titanic and crush and like die, or you know, something like that, but besides that, I'll take it.
like when it's your birthday and you have a birthday cake for you, a ice cream cake,
Right.
um, and then you eat some of it, and then you eat some of it the next day, and then the next day, and then you finish it, and you go, that was a great birthday cake. Do you go, I'm gonna go get a bunch more birthday cakes, or do you just let it die? Once we're finished, fuck off, create another society. Let us all die. Let humans die. Let the bugs rise again. Let the bug people come back.
You're not
Just
discovering anything as you eat birthday cake.
no, I'm saying let it be over.
Yes, 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 yes. I understand.
It's a
I
terrible analogy, and it was meant to
no,
be.
yeah, no. It was well. What I what
It's meant to show
to
how stupid
no.
Americans are.
I don't think that's stupid at all. And Elon's not American, but I don't think that's stupid at all. I think if anything,
Sorry about myself.
I think if anything, if we're at this point where we're like, all right, we wanted to explore space and go further, and we really can't. We don't know what the fuck's under us. We barely know what's in the water. Let's
I know
start
what's under
figure.
you.
Let's start figuring it out. Well, I mean, that's a little more interesting than just staring up in the sky for another
No,
50
I agree.
years. Another
No,
50
like
years of
we
what?
could all live on submarines.
We can keep hearing about the CIA talking about, oh, we have beliefs of whatever, or no, we can start. We can get that percentage of like what, like we only know 3% of the water, 4%. We can let's move that up a little bit. See these weird ass creatures
No, and
underwater.
that's what I'm saying about like the whole Tyson thing with space. It's like, just why don't we spend our resources trying to figure out what the fuck we got going on here instead of what's 18 million galaxies away. I don't even know what the fuck a galaxy is, or a black hole or whatever the fuck. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I hate to because I feel like I'm more of the dumb one on the pod, but like I
No,
feel
but
like
I
I feel like
genuinely
you're,
don't think about space.
but like I think you might be
I also have
smarter.
gravy brain right now,
I
but
think
that's
well
okay.
you might be smarter, but you might be more ignorant to learning.
About certain things for sure. Yeah.
Like I'm not opposed to like, all right, Neil, like spit some shit. Like you're like, no,
No,
I
yeah,
don't
no,
want to hear it.
no,
I don't
that's
want to hear
for
it.
sure. Every time I
Okay,
see
I
Neil,
got
I go,
you.
hey, I don't really care.
I got you.
Um,
I got it. I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out.
no,
I'm
I
breaking it
think
down.
we've known that. You definitely like to explore and expand a little bit in terms of
Yeah,
everything outside of food.
I like to ask questions. Food and movies, bro. Don't ever talk to me
Food and
about that shit.
movies,
Food and
nah, not a
TV.
chance.
I'm never exploring
Music
anything.
a little bit, yeah,
I'm never stepping outside. Oh, and music. I'm not really stepping outside of my comfort zone in music
and
either.
but
But
fucking
or clothes or people
Space
or
Cowboys,
pretty
sign
much
them up.
anything except something that I could just learn. I mean, I'm down for it, but Did
I
I
learn I
intro?
learn about other things, but yeah, I don't like this the stuff up in the sky. Like my
Exactly. So I'm saying let's go down.
I don't go down. Um
You're so stupid. Did I
um
intro the pod?
well, yeah, like 10 minutes ago.
Did I though? Did
Um
I? I feel like I
no,
got
someone
cut
told
off
me
by you.
no, you did. Some you definitely did. Check like 2:20.
What did I say? What did I say we had to talk about today? Exactly, because I ain't intro. But go ahead. What were
Well,
you
hold on.
saying?
Someone told me today that there's next to the moon is Saturn. And you can see Saturn. And I said, "Oh, cool. I'm gonna look at it." And I looked at it, and there's a little piece of light next to the moon. And then that was
Oh, dude, I wish I
that
could
was
go
that. It
back.
is funny to think that there's like other planets out there.
There's so many videos, so many hours worth of footage of just you talking in front of a telescope, or just with a telescope sitting behind you
Yes,
in all of
yeah.
these podcasts. So that is so funny.
I
Thing
was
it's
like, "What are you talking about? I don't
no,
fucking
you
talk in front of
usually
a
you
telescope."
usually have the stars in your telescope, which
No,
is so
like dead
funny
ass.
to think
And
like
I could not care less.
that is so funny. But if I didn't intro the pod, if y'all are confused and thinking, I thought this was a sports podcast, why are they like dumbing down science to a kindergarten level?
No,
I
no, no,
don't
I
know.
don't. I think we're. Never mind.
What? I
We're
mean,
not
what?
dumbing. Like I don't know anything about science.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not dumbing it down. I'm just
Like
speaking
I
my
don't think
mind.
we're helping people understand it any better.
No, I think if anything, like people might walk away and go, "Huh? Yeah, shit. I mean, like, yeah, it's hot, and then it's gonna stay hot."
It's
Like
nice.
it's like
It's
if you
good.
can, maybe people can walk away with just some acceptance, some closure in life, and maybe it's like, or start swimming more and not look up in the sky. I don't
Start
know.
swimming more.
I don't know what's gonna happen. But we are here to talk some sports. We do got week 18 games to predict. We do got a lot of just college football, Jimmy Butler, Pro Bowl being revealed. We got some things to talk about, Devin. We
Yeah.
got some things to talk about. Now I would say usually we could start with previewing these games, but we're kind of rolling right now, and I'd honestly rather talk about something a little more interesting
Yeah.
first to get into this podcast. And I'm gonna give you the choice. You want to talk Jimmy, or you want to talk these Pro Bowl rosters that were revealed?
Jimmy.
All right.
Jimmy, and then we can get into Probosi.
So Jimmy Butler, and this all happened. I don't know the exact timeline, but I remember us talking maybe last episode
Mm-hmm.
where they came out, they being Miami, coming out and saying they weren't interested. They were not trading Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, maybe this is a lie. Maybe they're trying to work
Well,
something.
it was more of like we don't discuss what goes on in the organization, and we're
Ah,
not shopping. We're not shopping Jimmy.
I mean, it was. I don't know because all year it's been, what's going on with Jimmy? What's going on with Jimmy? And then it was, we're not trading Jimmy, and it was
Sure.
like, all right. And then a couple days later, what? Yesterday, the day before, Jimmy has his post game conference, and he says that he can't find joy in playing basketball in Miami, and he would like to be traded. Well, I wish I had the exact quote, but it was basically he needs to find joy in basketball again, and
Sure.
wherever in his quote, the quote is wherever that is.
Yeah.
Um, and I think he also says something along the lines of he believes he can help a contending team and whatnot, and Miami came out and
Which he
said
can.
what's which he could,
Can.
and we will get to that. We'll get to that. I'm gonna say why I'm saying could. I'm a huge Jimmy Butler fan, but I'm just gonna keep it real when we are gonna talk Jimmy. And then Miami comes out, says they are gonna shop him. They are taking all phone calls. And there's two parts to this. Obviously, we're gonna talk about some more conversations about these contenders or teams that he could go to, and the 7-game suspension.
Yeah.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is different. This is like odd.
Like
Like this is.
weird that well,
I mean, at this point, every year we get somebody threatening to leave or sit out or wanting to get traded or not being happy or
often
whatever.
they
It's like,
usually leave. Often, well, in other organizations, when a player has to be traded, they go, "Okay, we're going to trade you." When it's Miami Heat and Pat Riley and their pride and ego and all that bullshit, they're going to try to milk it and try to make it as painful as possible. When it's like Jimmy gave you 2 finals appearances, he gave you way more than you fuckers deserved with nothing. Like all those dudes that Miami lost after what 2 years ago when they made the finals.
mm-hmm,
Like all those pieces
mm-hmm,
went
yeah,
out and did
yeah,
nothing on other
all those,
teams.
mm-hmm.
Gabe Vincent did dog shit, and like I don't know. But yeah, to treat Jimmy like this, to give him a 7 game suspension, and then they're gonna trade him, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess not talking bad about your team or whatever, but when it's Miami, doesn't seem like there's another option.
Well, I guess technically, if the argument is, this is, you are, it was it was conduct. What's the word I'm looking for?
Sure,
What's the strain of words I'm talking about? Like what exactly, the title for what he got suspended for?
it was like inappropriate,
If I
not
can,
inappropriate, but
if I can pull it up. But now, if what Jimmy has been saying, this whole time has been, you know, uh, proven to be against his contract or
okay.
here we go, God, here we go. Conduct am I, God, strike me
Conduct that
down
is
and kill me right now. Take my life from me right now, Jesus, please.
conduct.
Conduct detrimental to the team.
Sure,
Conduct detrimental to the team. Now, if he is going around
I mean
saying,
he's done that before.
he's done it before, he's got a history of it.
He did it in Minnesota for sure.
Now, here's my thing. I didn't know that this wasn't allowed.
Generally, it's not.
Players speak their fucking mind and talk all the damn time, talk so much shit, and run this league. Players run this league crazy. So,
But I
no.
mean, you see what just happened to Ant? Ant just got fined like $100K for talking bad about refs or
Fine.
some shit.
No, fine for talking about the refs. Completely different ball game. I'll give it. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. But I'm saying players and deciding where they go and talking about the team they play for. The people that are signing their checks, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't give a
Sure.
shit. They really don't care. Jimmy don't give a shit. And Jimmy's somebody who really doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Jimmy going and helping a contender, this is why I said could and not can.
Yeah.
Right now, is there a team who has enough to be considered a contender, who also has enough interest in Jimmy Butler, and also has enough to, after bundling up what they're going to have to bundle up to trade for Jimmy, to still have a lineup that you can call a contender, a contending team?
Philly?
Uh,
They're not really much
no.
of a contender right now. No, I was just
Those,
thinking of a team where he was able to
I was going to say,
succeed
yeah, so
a little bit
yeah,
as
so
a
Philly, Minnesota, Chicago, knock all those teams off your list. Bro, don't go back to his exes. Now, we talk Dallas, right? We talk Dallas.
what
The
about
big
Rachel?
thing, the big
Was
thing
that
about
enough?
Jimmy's contract is his contract. It's like what, 48 mil? I mean, it's something
I don't know.
stupid. I believe it's something
48
ballpark
million a year.
of 48. Let me see, Jimmy Butler contract. But if you look at that, right, off the rip, 3 year, yeah, he's making 48.8 this year. So
Dang.
just off the rip, probably gonna have to bundle in Clay. Probably gonna lose players like what, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. Like, you're gonna have to bundle up players to match, to just to match the damn contract.
Yeah.
Now, You got Luca, who's set to be out for what, the next month at least with
Yeah,
this calf strain, which is, maybe a precaution thing, but it's also, it could have something to do with. And this is, I'm not trying to hate on Luca or anything, or actually, I'm not even gonna fuck it. His size, maybe it has something to do with his size, and they don't want him
sure.
putting too much pressure on a bad uh calf or whatnot. It's just, it's maybe they're being cautious. So, but at the same time, say he is out the next month, do they risk giving up maybe more depth, more people worth putting in a rotation for one guy while being down a Luca instead of just running it with, you know, Clay, Kyrie, PJ, Daniel Gafford? It's like you could run with these guys and just wait for Luca to come back.
I think they need, if anything, more depth. Like I would, I'd rather see them on like the receiving end of getting players than trading away a Gafford and a PJ for
And a Clay.
and a Clay for Jimmy. Yeah, no, I don't see that happening at all. Now, yeah, I think they'll do good enough with Kyrie and Clay to try to, I guess, not lose too much when Luka's gone. But I don't
and
like
and
that trade.
and and I think it's I think it is important to show that Dallas can just rely on Kyrie, and we can see what happens with
Yeah,
this team rocking out, and not to make such a premature move of like, let's get Jimmy in, and
yeah,
also, I mean, it's Dallas. I don't think Mark Cuban, he ain't bro ain't about to just sit there and I don't know. They just don't seem like a team that's making that move, that
it's
splash.
Luka's team.
I don't think they're doing that.
Luka's team through and through. They're not going to go trade for a Jimmy.
Um, Golden State.
Ooh,
Now they have a lot to offer. If you look on the list
they have
of,
young guys to offer. Yes,
I mean, they could offer Wiggins, Kuminga,
Kuminga.
Looney, Gary Payton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Buddy Hield, Dennis Schroeder. There's endless combos you could put together to send
Ooh,
to Miami, right? Here's the
yeah.
question.
Give me Dennis and Kuminga.
The question
Somebody else.
is, no matter what you bundle up, whatever the combination is, what's left in Golden State?
Is he going to make them contenders? Probably not.
Like
Like
I saw
again, like
some
I think it
things.
could make them like a play-in team, like max a fucking 8 seed. I mean, not 8 seed, but 8 9. Jesus Christ, I don't even know how to speak. At max a 6 seed is Golden State. Now I'm Yoda, but yeah, that's their maximum. I think they'll be better with the Jimmy, but
I think in pockets in bursts, like yeah, maybe they'd go on runs better with Jimmy, but kind of in the same boat as Dallas. You're not. It's not just losing guys, but it's what is left. I mean, I'm
yeah.
looking at. I'm honestly,
Ooh,
I don't know. I get it. A couple years ago, it was still possible, but a big three of Steph, Jimmy, and Draymond.
how about
It's
send
not.
Draymond's bitch ass away?
It's not happening. It's
Why
just that's
not?
not. And that well, Draymond's not getting sent there, and that big three. It's not. That's not a. It's not a contender. It's
Well,
not.
no, well, Draymond's never been a part of a big three. It doesn't count.
No, no. Because if people want to dick ride that much and glaze that much, he's got to be. He's got to
Draymond's
be.
no.
He's got to be. He's got to be a part of it. He
Now,
has to be a
granted,
part
the
of the big
Glaze
three.
back in the day was nuts. It was like the way Draymond Green runs this team is so fucking smart. He's
Uh,
a great manager of the ball and possessions and fucking the
it's
dumbest shit
it
you could
was
ever hear.
it was a big three until Clay got traded. To the NBA media, it was a big three.
I guess.
I'm just
Um,
saying to NBA
no,
media,
I
maybe
know,
not to you or you and me, but they were
sure,
considered a big three.
but no, ship Draymond out. That would solve a lot of problems.
And they ain't shipping Draymond out. Draymond ain't going to Miami. That's not happening. He wants to stay. You think he's hiding behind Steph
Dude,
until he retires?
Draymond's never leaving.
He's either retiring before or the same year as Steph. I'm telling you that
Yeah,
right
I
now.
can guarantee you that, like, over the past, probably say 5, maybe 6 years, there hasn't been one other team that's called him and like, is Draymond available? Guaranteed.
Yeah, at this point. At this
Outside of the
point, yeah.
Lakers, maybe, because they've called for everybody
Yeah, Lakers call for every single person.
and no one picks up.
And then obviously, okay, the Suns, right? And contract for contract, you could do a Beal swap,
Mm.
but that is a
Mm.
downgrade for Miami.
In terms of shooting, yeah.
Well, in terms of just
Oh no. Oh wait, you said for Miami.
if we're
Yes.
bundling up all these guys and we're getting options back.
Well, what's the biggest thing that you think Miami can get? Do you think they're going to look for multiple younger
Depth.
guys or like a star?
I think it's depth and who we building this team around next. I think it's depth and we're giving Tyler the go for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, if Miami's trading Butler midseason, I don't think they. I would hope that they're more focused on the future and
They
next
also
year.
have no leverage at all. They're like,
Zero.
hey, this guy, by the way, that we're shopping for right now, we're suspending him for 7 games.
Because he doesn't want to play for us.
We don't. He doesn't want to play for us, and we don't want him to play. We don't want him. We don't want him to play for us either.
And he's been really mean to us.
Yeah, it's like I don't
And
know.
he hurt
So
my feelings.
to me, that's a Beal for Jimmy. That'd be cool for Phoenix.
That'd be dope.
I'd like that move, but no, Beal going to Miami and just what Miami building around Bradley Beal. It's just not. That's not Bradley
No,
Beal.
I
That
mean,
ain't
I think Bradley would rather have Miami try to build around him than Washington, but
sure.
I think his time to be built around is since passed.
And then there were other teams that were just sprinkled in, like okay, they said Denver, San Antonio, Houston,
I was just about to say San Antonio.
and the Lakers. Now, San Antonio, the biggest thing with them is we got this 40-year-old point guard. Are we about to make another move for 35-year-old Jimmy Butler? I don't think so. Denver, I don't think they break up what they got going on for now. I mean, what Michael Porter Jr. Like, is that the big name in that bundle in that trade package you're gonna build?
MPJ and I don't know. I haven't heard the name
Um,
Christian Braun in about 6 months.
but I mean, Lakers, obviously, they're a landing spot for
Ooh,
the Lakers are a landing spot for any player every single year, no
of
matter
course.
who they
And
are.
none of them go there.
They never go there.
How about Russ for Jimmy?
No,
Russ is a Heat.
Russ has been balling.
No, what I'm saying, Russ go gets his own team again.
No.
You wouldn't want to see Russ averaging 40 minutes instead of 26.
Do you see me right now? I am living. It's
No,
like
you're
I'm
wearing
in
a
a.
Russell Westbrook jersey.
It's like I'm just. It's like I'm Jersey. It's like I'm just
I
chilling.
I said jersey.
You said shirt. It's like I'm just
Jersey.
chilling. It's like I'm just chilling. Like like I'm just almost at retirement with him. Like bro, we're
Mm.
just vibing. Like you're still getting your triple doubles. You're still getting your highlights. You're still relevant. Like
I know, but
there
he ain't
was
that old.
doesn't matter. There was a time where it was he's washed, he's cooked, fuck him. Everybody was on his ass, and it
It'll
was
yeah. If
it
he goes
was
to Miami, it's definitely happening.
it was all hail LeBron. And then I'm enjoying my time in as a Denver watcher, Denver
Nice.
Nugget observer. Definitely not a fan, but
You
I'm a
sure?
Russell Westbrook fan, so I'm enjoying. And it's funny because a year ago I was on this podcast talking about how boring Denver is. They're still boring.
But
But
very
it's not when Russell Westbrook is playing. When Russell Westbrook is
not
playing,
as boring.
it gets a little more interesting. But besides that, I mean, Houston, I don't know. That's another young team that's like, are we really going to go in for 35-year-old Jimmy. It's like there are teams that you could make in a fantasy world that Jimmy could help or make or just make a better contender.
I don't think the Lakers move is bad.
No, but
I think they have people to give.
if his main goal is to find joy, you think being
No,
LeBron's teammate
no,
is the answer? He's
no,
gonna go. I'm gonna go play for the Los Angeles Lakers.
no. If
That's
he wants to find
probably
joy, I don't know, go to the Raptors or something.
if you want to stop caring about basketball, go play for the Lakers. Go if or hold excuse me. If you are looking to I don't know, find a better home,
Yeah,
don't go to the Lakers.
it's not. It's
I
not
mean,
in LA at all. It's not
not.
the
It
Lakers or the
doesn't really
Clippers.
make. No, it's not. They're going to be the hardest on you. I mean, they are. You are going to be, and you're going to be LeBron's teammate.
Well,
And
now you're attached to Bron's legacy. You don't want to be
yeah,
attached to that
you
legacy
don't. You
because
don't.
right now it's not going to be too good for the rest of the teammates. It doesn't really matter. It's like, nah, we're talking about LeBron. LeBron's played in fucking 12 decades. He's 40. His dog's fucking 109 years old. We talk about anything else but the success of the Lakers, and that's okay. I don't really care. Um, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So
no, Jimmy being attached to that is not good, huh?
as of right now, I genuinely can't tell you where I think Jimmy's gonna end up.
Washington, get JP and Kuz out of here.
Bro's definitely not going to Washington. I mean, bro, we're talking about joy.
How well do you
We're
think JP
finding
would do
joy here.
in
We're
Miami?
finding
The
fuck off.
baddies.
I think JP would do perfectly fine with a cool
Just because
little.
I talk shit about JP doesn't mean that you gotta be a fan.
I was a fan of no.
No, no,
Whoa,
you.
whoa, 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 whoa,
I
whoa.
don't want to get into JP talk.
I don't want to get into
I
JP
know you've
talk
been a fan.
either, but I would love to pull the tape of you, Jackson, unnamed people, Shane on this podcast telling me
Unnamed people.
how crazy I was and how stupid I am for what not defending Draymond Green for punching his fucking teammate in the face. Y'all, for some reason, everybody was on my ass for that. Like I was the bad guy for defending Jordan Poole.
Nah, I
And
agree.
and saying the Chris Paul to Golden State move wasn't gonna work out. I was a fucking idiot for saying that, right? Yeah,
All right, I
yeah.
wasn't. I was not on the same side as Jackson, and Jackson with the CP is.
Oh, I'm rolling that tape after this pod.
Nah, really, I
You
was not.
absolutely were on my ass.
No,
You were, you
no, no,
were.
no, no. I never said that CP. We got into a big scuffle over this.
I want
There
to
was
say
no
you
talk of
probably
me saying
said
that
Chris Paul
CP was
helps
good.
the Warriors more than Jordan Poole.
But yes, your idea was going back in time and not punching Jordan Poole in the face and bringing him back. I was just saying that CP isn't a terrible move for what they got going on, which is nothing.
But you use hindsight of him being horrible in Washington and saying, "See, that was going to happen in Golden State anyways." No, he was
Yes.
balling in Golden State. He was
Yes.
flourishing in
See, but
Golden
here's the thing:
State.
if he never balls again, I think it's clear to say that he may not have
No,
flourished.
if he continues to stay in DC and shit the damn bed. No. If Tyrese Halliburton continues to shit the bed, you can
Sure.
say because he's still where he is. He's in the same exact situation and is just
Yeah.
not playing at the All-Star level he was last year.
Well, I mean,
Jordan
we saw
Poole
him not play at an All-Star level last
Poole
year.
got sent to Gotham, bro. Like they just sent him away. They said
Gotham.
go. Like they sent him to hell. There was no way for
They
him to
did.
flourish in DC. Why are we pretending we're having the conversation again?
No,
We're
I
doing
know.
it. We're
No,
getting
but
close
I'm
to
just.
it. I don't want to have it. I don't want to have it again. I'm just saying, stop it. Jordan Poole over Chris Paul in 2025 every fucking day of this year. I'm taking it. Yeah.
You're like, we're not getting a fucking dog, damn it.
Give Jordan Poole Wembenyama and see what the fuck's gonna happen. They'd be able to cook. Like, trust me, it would work.
I know. I'm
Fucking
excited
Kyle
for the rest of
Kuzma.
Jordan's career, or he
Get that
could,
bullshit out of here.
revive the Wizards with all his
I don't want
beautiful
him to. I don't want
shots,
him to. I
shot
hope bro
taking.
leaves, sucks all the money he can out of DC, and then gets the fuck up out of there. There's no
He's
reason for
sucking
him.
money out of DC, bro.
There's absolutely no reason for him to make y'all look anywhere near decent. The way you be disrespecting JP. Get the fuck out of here. Jimmy Butler, where's he going? Give me your final prediction.
Toronto.
Oh.
I need to blow my nose.
And then cut your sneeze. And I'll just say right now that we cut it. And it's just like that. Easy. And I don't think he's going to Toronto.
No, I don't
I
think
have
so. But
absolutely no clue.
I mean, they might trade him to like a Yugoslavian league or something. Pat Riley is like really like petty.
Well, that's another thing. It's like when I name these teams like Denver, Dallas, even like a Suns, it's like put everything we set aside. Why would Pat Riley want to help these teams?
Agreed.
It's like, no, bro, you're going to
Like damn dude, if I was Jimmy,
Toronto.
if I was Toronto, you're going to Toronto.
Toronto. Have fun.
Yeah, if I was Jimmy, I mean, I get him wanting to leave mid-season, but being at the will of a Miami trade, it's not going to go well.
It's like who's got who by the balls. I can't really tell.
Nah, Miami got him by the balls right now.
I don't know. I feel like they're both like.
Yeah, because
like
Miami was butthurt and suspended him.
They're both threatening each other. Like they're both.
But what's Jimmy threat? Like Jimmy's not going to come back and be like, nah, actually, I want to stay on this team and just suspended me for.
Well, Jimmy's gonna
2
not
weeks.
keep. He's gonna continue to not play he might fuck it. I'm hurt. Pull a Kawhi, bro.
I know.
Pull a Kawhi.
I know.
Why not? Do it. My knee hurts. All right. I do actually want to predict these games. We got week 18 games. Some important games. Some games that honestly are only played because they're contracted to play 17 games. Because half of these don't matter. But some of these matter a lot, including the first game of the week being Cleveland and Baltimore on Saturday. And all Baltimore needs to do to clinch the AFC North is beat the Cleveland Browns or have Pittsburgh lose.
If Pittsburgh loses, they have no chance. If y'all win, it's automatic.
But fully having control of our destiny and if we can win the division or not, I'll take us over the Cleveland Browns every single day of the week, especially with the AFC North on the line.
And no Jameis.
What? I mean, even with Jameis, I still think if it was Jameis, we'd have to get our get backs more than anything.
Yeah, no.
Fuck that.
Kyle Hamilton might have to learn how to catch. Still hasn't. That ball, I'm telling you again, was dropped.
God, dude, whatever. I'm not even gonna argue it.
No, I mean you can't.
I can't because I don't know what a catch is.
That's very true. I don't know.
That's why I can't argue it. I don't know what a catch is.
Nah. Because they were like when he caught that ball, they were like, the ball's allowed to touch the ground a little bit. It's like, who said that?
Well, it can touch the ground if you.
They're like, as long as you pin it, it's allowed to roll. It's like, what?
Well, that's the thing. It's like
I don't know what that means.
Exactly. Nobody knows. Are you taking Baltimore?
Yeah.
Okay, Baltimore, and then Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh.
Ooh. So if Cincy wins and Kansas City beats Denver, Cincy makes the playoffs.
Miami and Denver have to lose.
Ooh.
Denver and Miami have to lose.
Wait, so if Miami wins and Kansas City beats Denver,
I believe Miami makes it
automatically
with a win.
Yeah.
With a win, they have to win. Miami would have to win.
But you're saying that if
so right now Denver has the final seed.
Yes, but if Denver
Cincinnati
loses,
wins and Denver and Miami loses, Cincinnati gets that spot. If Denver wins, they get that spot.
Cincinnati and Miami win, Miami makes it.
If Denver
loses,
I don't think Cincinnati has to lose. I can pull it up for sure. Does that change your prediction though? No. I mean, at the end of the day, Cincinnati has to win. That they're playing for something.
I mean, I'm taking Cincy just the way that.
Here, I'll pull this up for
Pitt's
you.
Played the past while.
Go over to standings. Go over to the playoff race.
I think Cincy has to win.
So for Miami win plus Denver loss. Okay, that's it. So they don't need Cincinnati at all.
But Cincinnati needs Miami and Denver to lose.
Correct. Cincinnati has something to play for. Their season's on the line. Pittsburgh's season's not on the line, but if they win with a Baltimore loss, they would win the division.
Mm-hmm.
So they obviously have that. I mean, in the back of their minds, at the end of the day, I think it's more so, let's just take control of what we can take control of and win the game. That we have control
Are
of.
they played at the same time?
No, 4:30 for Baltimore and 8 o'clock for Pittsburgh
Ooh,
on Saturday. Those
ooh,
are the two
spicy.
Saturday games. Yeah. Um,
I mean, that could change things.
Cincinnati just they have. I mean, one team has their season to play for. One team.
May or may not have a division to play for.
It's like, how hard does Pittsburgh go? Well, they'll know.
They'll know exactly. Is what I'm saying.
Give me Cincinnati.
It's
Give me
like if y'all
Cincinnati.
win, they could sit everybody.
You're right. As soon as once I realized like what time when you said what time, it's like okay, yeah, no, they'll know.
But the thing is, if Denver wins, I still think they're going to try because they could lose the 6th seed and be the 7th seed because they're 10-6, right?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Denver's 9-7.
Mm-hmm. But
So
that
if Denver wins,
tiebreaker,
and
I don't know how that tiebreaker works though.
now
Well,
if
no,
there is
because
no tiebreaker there,
the
and
Chargers are in the middle though. The Chargers are in the middle. You're forgetting them.
what seed is? Oh, the Steelers are the 5.
Fifth,
Yeah,
fifth, 5, 6.
they
Okay,
could still lose a seeding, but
I don't. Well, I don't know how the tiebreakers work. I don't
no,
know.
neither
I
do
don't
I.
like. I think it. I don't right off the top of my head. I don't know
I
if
don't know what
the
would make them
Steelers
know.
or the Chargers would have the advantage. But
Agreed.
give me Cincy, Carolina versus Atlanta.
Damn. So Atlanta has to win,
Atlanta has
and
to
they
win.
need the Bucks to lose.
The Bucks to lose. Bucks play the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking Atlanta.
So obviously, I'm gonna take Atlanta as well, and also another discussion about the great Michael Penix Jr.
Mm.
So I'm just for anybody like wondering, because I guess the last clip we talked about Michael Penix or whatever in Washington. I'm not a Commanders fan. I
If you
don't
what?
have. I'm not a Commanders fan.
You're not.
I don't
I am.
have any bias towards the Washington Commanders at all.
Mm-hmm.
50% of this podcast has somewhat of a bias towards Washington,
Mm-hmm.
but knowing you personally, you are way too realistic and reasonable with with the way you look at your team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people thinking that from what I saw, it was we only want to see Jaden Daniels do good. Like he's the only rookie quarterback that we
Yes.
want to see do well. No, like so if Bryce Young goes on an electrifying run next year, and the Carolina Panthers are a playoff team, that's something new and exciting. Like
Yes.
last year, when Houston was at an all-time low. Their quarterback is facing all these charges and everything, we don't know where our franchise is going.
Yep.
And they land a CJ Stroud, and everybody loves Houston, is interested in seeing Houston.
Yep.
That's how the NFL works. If
Yep.
I did the podcast with anybody else and it wasn't you, I'd still be excited to talk about Jaden Daniels. I'd still be
I know
interested in
everyone.
talking about the Commanders. Everybody fucking talks about them like they they treated them like they've always mattered. When people could give a shit 2 years ago, a year ago.
No. Well, I mean, same thing with Houston. It was like, nah, fuck Houston. All the Deshaun shit, even after the Deshaun shit. And it was fuck this, fuck that. Even early CJ Stroud, and then CJ Stroud hits, they start playing well. Now we're back to fuck Houston.
Like all the talent in Atlanta with a quarterback drafted in the top 10.
Yeah.
I would love for it to be entertaining. I would love for it to be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's we got to be Honest.
I don't even like. I don't know. I think there's a lot of people who want to see Jaden succeed, and it's because he's exciting. He's good.
Bro, what is it? Donald Trump said Jaden Daniels should
Jaden
win
should be
MVP.
considered as MVP, baby.
He was saying Jaden Daniels should be MVP. I mean, shit.
Shit, Don's basically the leader of the command. He's the commander in chief.
Bro didn't even shout out the true, like, Bro didn't even say, like, look, I know Lamar and Josh are balling. He was just
No.
like, yo, Jaden Daniels is nice as fuck.
Now, granted,
Um,
how much ball do you think Trump's watching? You think he's staying up on ball, or is he like, yo, comment on the DC team's black quarterback?
I think more than we know, more than we think,
Maybe. I mean,
more than we think. Bro, I mean,
he
bro's
spends
got
a lot of
Twitter
time doing
fingers.
other things.
Bro's got Twitter fingers. I mean, like he.
That is true.
I mean, like no, he
I've
definitely.
seen the way. I saw a video of him like tweet. He has people tweet for him, but he just says the tweets for him, and they have to
Sure,
write it down verbatim.
sure.
It's very funny.
I'll take
He's
it.
like exclamation mark, bold, Jew face liar. Call him that. He's Pocahontas. It's so much funnier than
Alright.
actually typing out tweets.
Oh God. But no. With that being said, it's like no. Like I fuck with Michael Penix, but if we're gonna just have the conversation of how good is he actually, and I'm an absolute fucking idiot and should never post on the internet again for thinking the Bucks are gonna win the NFC South. It's like, and all because you're a Falcons fan who's got your feelings hurt.
Yeah,
It's like damn,
like
bruh.
but no, it's like we would not be hyped up on Jaden if he started the season week 16. We wouldn't care
no, no,
because
it's
honestly, we came into the season like, yeah, Jaden's former Heisman and probably gonna
we'll
could be
see.
exciting for this team, could not be. Who the fuck knows? We come into this season, or I mean, we get to this point in the season. Now we get a new rookie quarterback plan,
It's
and
just
it's the same thing as him starting game one. It's like we
and
don't fucking know.
it's just insane because I know these Atlanta fans who are like, "Oh, you're hating on rookie quarterbacks. You only want to see Jaden Daniels succeed." Are definitely shitting on Caleb Williams.
They're shitting on everybody.
Are
Oh
definitely
no,
shitting on Shador coming in or any other
hell yeah,
quarterback coming into this class.
hell yeah.
This draft class is weak, and the quarterback draft class is weak. It's like these fans are so phony.
Yeah,
It's not
it
even
is funny to
funny.
be
It's not.
like a diehard fan of a team, and it's like, why don't you give props to other guys? It's like, no, you're talking about your guy.
Yeah,
Shut
no,
up, you 9-year-old.
it's like you just want us to give props to your team. You only clicked on this because your feed pulled up an Atlanta Falcons video and we happen to say something that
You
you
know what that
disagree
is?
with.
That is what is funny. It's because like all the videos that do get like a decent amount of views or whatever, um, it's the ones with just fan bases on it. Because there's people who only watch Atlanta Falcons content,
Mm-hmm.
Bills content,
Only watch. Yep.
so, like only like
That's it.
their entire feed is like, how good was Deion Sanders in 1994? How fucking why Mike Vick didn't do it? All this shit,
Right. And we
and
could
then
make
it's
two
us.
hour videos about just Maryland sports. we could
Yes,
we could do an hour and a half pod
no,
of,
for
of,
sure.
of Ravens, Orioles, and Commanders
I'll
and,
talk about
and
fucking
Wizards
the
and
Mystics before I talk about another team.
if we really wanted to. But we're able to go out and talk about Michael Penix Jr. and Drake May and Caleb Williams and
Shit,
Jalen
yeah, I want to see
Daniels.
Drake May do well. Not just
Yeah.
why not?
Well, no, stop because you can't. You're racist.
Yeah, you know what? I did have a little bit of guilt saying that, but I'm not white, and fuck you. I'm
No,
happy.
yeah. Well, but see, also, it's like
No, that
I
is
don't know.
funny to be like you
It's like
can't root for Caitlin Clark.
no, well, it's
It's like no, it's like there's a sport that I don't care about, and they're like, stop rooting for this lady that no one cares about
right. No, like I
just because
saw
she's
this,
white colored.
like
What?
this satire NFL. It's like the 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 all time most respectable NFL team. It's like Josh Allen, Lad McConkey, Christian McCaffrey. Like it's just all
Amendola,
white. Cooper DeJean.
Wes
Like it's
Welker,
just the
yeah,
whitest people ever. And it's like, no, it is funny, but
Saragusa.
we can say whatever we want. I was just joking because people will be like, "Oh, you man it. You probably just want Drake May and Will Levis and fucking who I don't
Not
know.
even Josh Allen at this
Give
point.
me another young white quarterback. Just
Trevor Lawrence,
Trevor Lawrence
Joe
to do
Burrow.
well. Your favorite quarterback's probably Baker Mayfield and all this. It's like whatever. Hey, think
No,
about that. Think about that. There was a world where I loved bro as a football player, and now he
can't
just
talk
says
about it.
stupid shit. And then I talk about how he says stupid shit, and people are like, "You're a Nazi." I'm like, "Whoa."
Well, yeah, no, I know.
I'm like, "Whoa,
I know.
what are we doing here?"
Well, Cam Newton is the Lorax. He speaks for the trees, which is false. Um,
Um, were we predicting a game here?
yeah,
Yeah,
Atlanta, no.
Atlanta. We're both taking Atlanta. Chicago and Green Bay.
We shit on all our fans just to take them. We've done that about
Yeah, it's whatever.
1,800 times. That's fine. I don't
It's
care.
whatever. I mean, it's every day with this shit. It's every day. It's like look at you mayonnaise muncher. You fucking.
I'm
It's
cool.
like all
Like
right,
I
whatever.
am. I enjoy mayonnaise,
I like yeah. Sorry,
dude.
I'm sorry.
I've seen you for real lick a mayonnaise spoon. Like
You've
gobble one
seen
up.
you.
I was like, damn. I don't even. That's nuts. That's a
Let's
different
not
level,
let's
bro.
not yo. Let's not get into our private
No, I'm not
intimate.
trying to.
Let's
But
not get
you,
into our intimate moments, Devin.
nah,
But
you
yeah, I
raw
guess
dogged
I've
straight up
definitely.
BLT spoon, bro. It was nice,
Fresh off the BLT. Like,
dude. It
this
was
mayonnaise don't need to go on a sandwich. I'm
dope.
Huss. I'm Will Levis.
Nah, it
I'm
was
Will
nice.
Levis in the
It
middle
was a
of
good
double
moment. It
T.
was a good solid
Come
moment.
on.
It was cool.
Um, Chicago versus Green Bay. Chicago versus Green
Nah,
Bay.
yeah. Give me Green Bay. Chicago hasn't won a game in
Since the Hail Mary.
yeah. Still,
Yep.
did they lose last week?
Yep.
I think so,
Yeah, for sure. There's no way they
for
didn't
sure.
fucking lose last week.
Um,
They definitely lost last week. Who'd they play? Um, they played Seattle. It was 3-6. Yeah,
you're
that
right.
game sucked. Yeah, no, they suck. But the question is, Green Bay, they're locked in the playoffs, but they could move up a spot if you guys lose. Um, so do
Do
they
we have the
play?
spot over them right now?
Mm-hmm. Do they play their starters?
Do we play our starters?
Do y'all play your starters? Ooh. Um, probably.
Yeah,
Probably. Who do y'all play? Why do I not? Where's Washington's game at?
we got
Who who do y'all play?
Dallas.
Um, it must be, bro. That's literally the one game I do not have written down. That is actually kind of funny. And yeah, I don't have Dallas on here either. Huh? Yeah, I guess
It's
yeah.
Dallas
Okay, yeah, it is
because
Dallas
Philly's
because
playing the Giants.
yeah. Okay, so let's predict that game too while we're at it, since we're just predicting all these games. Green Bay. I don't think Chicago wins either way,
Yeah, no, agreed.
to be honest with you. And then you guys playing Dallas. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take
I
y'all.
want the dub. You know what's great? I saw a stat, and every time I see a stat about Washington, it makes me more and more sad. I don't know if it should be sad or grateful or whatever, but it said we hadn't won 11 games since '91, and it made me sad. '91. I've never seen a team win 11 games.
I wouldn't say it should make you
This is
sad. I mean, it should make you.
nah,
I mean, honestly, how many? I mean, how many 10-win seasons have you?
probably two.
That's what I'm saying. Well, give or take, but I'm
Well, there
saying
was
like
2012. I think that was a 10 winner. Maybe 2016, but I think that was 9. I think we were 9-7.
I think y'all might have been like 9-6-1, huh?
I think it was 9 and
You might.
7. In
Uh,
2020, we were fucking 8 and
was that
8
the
and.
tie year? 8-7-1 or 8?
It was a losing record. It was 7-8-1,
7? Oh God, yeah.
or it
So
was either 7-8-1 or 7-9.
I would be happy with what you have now. I would have been happy with what you had 6 weeks ago. Um,
For real.
so I mean, yeah, no, go out there and get the 11th win. Break
12th,
the
12th.
oh, my
We've
bad.
already hit 11.
They're at 11. When's the last time they had a 12?
millennials, dude.
Oh, okay. So we
1934.
don't even know the last time they had a 12.
I don't
Interesting.
know. Yeah, no.
Jags versus Indy. Okay, so here's my problem. This easily could have been the Thursday night football game. Like, but they're both eliminated. They have
Yeah.
no reason to like get a fair stretch of like break.
Was there?
This is it.
Oh, I just asked. Was there football on last night? There was
No,
not.
not no Anthony Richardson. Um, I'm probably still gonna take the Colts though, just because I
It's
mean
Joe.
I don't know.
Joe
Fuck
versus Mac.
Jacksonville. Joe versus Matt. Give me Joe. Who you want?
I'll take the Colts. Yeah.
Buffalo versus New England.
Yeah, even without Josh. Well,
Well, don't be shocked if Josh plays. I'm just saying.
nah. I think the Bills are good enough that Trubisky can.
Don't be shocked to go in there and let him go in there for a couple drives, throw a touchdown or two, and then pull bro out.
I hope they don't.
I I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. I do think Buffalo pulls the dub out though.
No, I think Josh Allen already has the MVP. We're like Lamar can dead ass throw for 17 touchdowns next week. He ain't winning.
What closed the coffin for you? I nailed the coffin for
Nothing
you.
closed it for me, but I think it's been closed for a while. It's like I still think that Lamar,
I
with
think it was.
even a decent performance next week, still deserves it. Um,
I
but
mean, you
no,
have
I mean
plenty of
definitely the Pro
arguing.
Bowl thing
The
for
Pro Bowl
sure.
thing killed it, which is funny because at the same time, the Pro Bowl is the reason for why I guess Josh is going to win MVP. But I'm also being told by a bunch of other non-Ravens fans why a bunch of these Ravens uh, shouldn't have like
Don't
how other
deserve to be
players.
there,
Yeah, it don't
and
deserve to
why
be
so
there.
many more Bills players deserve to be there.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
I,
no,
I
I'm gonna be
saw.
honest. James Cook should be on that list.
But yeah, and the AFC running back department was a little. I mean, the AFC, the running backs were heavy, so I mean, it was not even AFC, NFL period. So there were a couple,
Well,
couple,
it
couple
was
snubs.
Derek, Joe, and
We are going to talk Pro Bowl though. We will
somebody,
talk about
Josh,
that.
maybe.
But I am going to take Buffalo beating New England.
Yeah,
Giants, Philly.
Philly by a million.
Yeah, Philly with I don't know. They can pull everybody up from the practice squad and just give anybody a shot. And they'll probably, which they're also saying.
Invincibles.
Remember a week or two ago, Shador was like the answer. He had his New York Giants cleats, and warm ups and all that. And
Shador's the answer to the Giants.
there have been some reports in the last couple of days
Mm-hmm.
where it went from teams are getting, warned not to draft Shador.
Mm.
Considering the way he quote unquote melted against BYU.
That's why. Look at the rest of his
But
career.
now we're at the point where certain teams, I guess they're taking what is it, like a census? They're going
Consensus.
around a consensus. They're going around
No,
asking.
you're saying a census.
They're going around asking
Okay.
some teams, and they're saying that they don't even see, or just scouts, and they're saying they don't even see him as a first round
Yeah.
pick. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really confused on like how good any of these scouts really are when we go week by week. He's a top 5 pick to
Yes.
he's not a first
He's
round
not a first
option.
rounder.
And you're
I
right.
like.
Just off of the BYU game, that's
Yeah.
what
No.
did it.
No.
We're
It's like no.
talking,
He's played ranked opponents before. He's played teams that were good. There's been meltdowns.
but it's like
A
it
lot.
didn't take till BYU
Like
to
Brady mode was against Colorado State.
but like it did not take long for people. It did not take till BYU for people to go, "Wow, Shador hangs onto the ball a little too long."
Yeah.
Like that's like yeah, like that's
We're
been a
aware.
thing. It's been a
Yeah.
problem. But I'm just saying, like the way these scouts switch up so fast, and the way that they flip flop back and forth, it's like
Well, I don't think Shador was ever really meant to be up there.
I Here's the thing. We've been saying that. We said that a year ago, and we were called what? Fucking, we were racist for saying shit like that, and we just don't want to see him win and all this shit. And it's like, no, it's like, bruh, it's like we're just giving you the fucking facts. Bro is not as good as y'all say he is.
Yep.
And now scouts are like, damn, he's not as good as we thought he was.
Because of a
And
BYU game.
so what? So now we're allowed to say.
Also, every fucking Colorado football game has been televised nationally. Everyone gets to see it. All that shit. A bowl game is gonna throw you off.
But as of
Bullshit.
right now, it's like you got rookies who are, winning the highs, were coming out, were Heisman winners, first round picks, going to teams who built a roster around them and can't get it done. So
Mhm.
I don't really care how good Shador or how good you think he is. He ain't going to the fucking Giants and bringing them back
And
to life.
turning them around. No.
I don't care if he won the Heisman this season. There's nobody going there and changing the New York Giants world.
If someone can, I would probably say that they're. If someone can get the Giants next year to win, to have a winning record, they might be considered one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, and it's not. It's not
That's how bad
Shador.
the Giants are. So fucking bad. Their organization's so fucking terrible that there's no way Shador can. Even 5 years down the road, will be an answer to that team. I
Devin,
don't know.
no, it's like the Giants are so bad. It's like, no, it's like Patrick Mahomes would not help the situation.
That is true.
It's
You're
like
right. Actually,
Josh Allen. It's like they wouldn't. It's like no,
Lamar would.
no,
I think so.
nope,
Yeah.
nope,
Yes.
no. No, in what world where would Lamar Jackson help the Giants, but Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes wouldn't?
I think Josh could. Mahomes, the way he's played this year,
No, none
probably
of
not.
them can. I'm saying that's how bad that team is. Sure, they might play
But
well,
Shador is no El Freaky. You know,
but
I
I'm saying though, you said you had to be a top five quarterback if you were going there and changing that team. It's like no, even if you took any top five quarterback that you considered top five this year, it's like you put them on the Giants, this Giants team, you're just wasting their year.
you're right.
Like what the fuck are they doing there?
You're right.
And if they were a quarterback away, they wouldn't be in this position. I mean, it's just I don't know. The Giants suck. Like they suck.
Yeah. And I mean, if I was Shador, I would only want to go to the Giants because I think for Shador, um, he thinks that he's going first overall.
Yeah.
Um, so for him, I guess like that'll be his accomplishment. Like, first overall, we did it, and then
We did it.
we did it, and then nothing else after that. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, obviously, there's plenty of Shador conversations and Shador talk to come. We'll hear all about Shador for the next couple of months. But we got Tampa versus New Orleans. Obviously,
Tampa Bay.
Tampa needs to win this game in order to.
Shit, Todd Bowles might fuck it. You never know.
Nah. We were talking about Baker, motherfucking Mayfield. We're
Mike
talking about
Epps.
and let me check. Did Mike hit? Because if Mike didn't hit 1,000, then that's obviously going to be the main
Mike did not.
where is Mike at right now?
I would have seen the graphic already.
You think you
11
would have
straight
saw
seasons or whatever.
85 yards? 85 yards for 11th consecutive season.
Really?
Yeah, all he needs is 85 yards. So
Sick.
yeah, he's gonna get 85 yards at least.
Well, he already has the record, no?
I don't know. No,
It was Jerry.
Jerry
Did
has
Jerry? Did he tie
no,
Jerry for 10?
no, no.
Oh, Jerry has like 15.
Yeah, Jerry has like 14. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I
I
thought
think
Mike had
he
the record.
tied. Was it Randy? Was it he tied somebody else?
I thought he tied Jerry because
um
Jerry might have 15 of those seasons, but I don't know if they were all consecutive.
oh no, uh it most 1,000 yard receiving years. Which wide receiver had the most 1,000-yard receiving years? Yeah. So he. Well, I guess he didn't pass Randy. He tied Randy, for 10 seasons. But over here, you got Jerry Rice with 14.
Was
Now,
this consecutively?
your question was it consecutive? Now, before I even pull up Jerry Rice's stats, my question is: do you think he had 13 straight 1,000-yard seasons? Didn't have a 1,000-yard season, and then somehow sprung up and had another 1,000-yard season?
Yes. Those Oakland days, no?
Yep, you're absolutely right. I don't know. Sorry, I forgot that it's not all old people get old and suck. But yeah, he looks like after 96 only played yeah, cuz he only played 2 games in 97, went on had one more 1,000-yard year with San Fran and then had 2 more 1,000-yard years in Oakland.
Okay.
Consecutive though, one,
So
two,
this is to
three,
tie.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This would be to tie.
This is to tie. Okay.
This would be to tie Jerry Rice
Okay.
for the 11
How
consecutive.
was that? How was that football knowledge? Me throwing in the Oakland. Gruff.
Cool. Anything that proves we know some type of ball. Anything. Yeah, your whole house is sick. Anything that proves that we still know ball.
Yes.
But I'm I'm taking Tampa Bay, and then let's go over some games we just don't care about. Houston, Tennessee.
No.
Give me Houston.
Yeah. Houston.
I
Houston.
guess. San Fran versus Arizona. I'll take San Fran, even with
Arizona.
Brock Purdy out. I'm taking San Fran. You're taking Arizona. That's great. Kansas City versus Denver.
Important. Important. I'm taking Denver. Carson Wentz is the best quarterback in the league.
You're gonna take Denver. I'm gonna say Kansas City beats them out of spite.
Now I
Char-
want to see. I want to see the. Now the worst. I think the worst case scenario is Denver to lose, Miami to win, Miami makes the playoffs. Like I want Denver to lose, but I need Miami to lose so that Cincy can get in. But if all three of them lose and Denver still
Miami
makes
can
it,
lose.
Miami can lose
Miami could lose.
and make it.
No, they can lose. I'm saying there's.
Oh
It's not
yeah,
like
no,
they're.
they can lose for
They
sure.
can lose this week.
But I would rather just Denver win outright.
I think Kansas City just beats them out of spite.
I
Like we're gonna go in here and beat them with our second squad because that's how fucking good we are.
yeah.
And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they just hit the brakes at some point and Kansas City win or Denver wins. But Chargers Vegas.
If I was Kansas City, I would lose on purpose. Chargers Vegas Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take the Chargers just off of the strength of I mean, even with their backups, yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
them. Seattle versus the Rams. I'm really trying to get to the game of the year. Seattle versus the Rams.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know.
the Rams
I'm
are
honestly just saying names.
the Rams are already locked, so maybe Seattle just tries a little bit harder. So give me Seattle.
Sure.
Yep. Okay, Seattle.
Power to Mike McDonald.
Miami versus the Jets. No Tua. We already talked about Miami
The Jets can
needs.
lose. I think A-Rod had a really shameful game last game. Is now sacked the most in his career, and I think he's just going to continue with it. I think he's going to lose to a two-less Miami. I think this season could not get any worse, and it's about to get a little bit worse.
So we're both saying Miami beats the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay, Miami beats the Jets. All right.
So it looks like Miami's going to make the playoffs.
God fucking damn it, dude! If Miami makes the playoffs,
In our world, Miami makes the playoffs, which
I'm not
sucks
watching
so
that
much.
game.
The whole time we're sitting here like, oh, the Bengals got a shot. They can do it. Meanwhile, fucking, I didn't even realize the Dolphins were getting up there.
Dolphins have had a chance this whole time, and
I thought they were long gone. I'm
we've
pissed.
been waiting for them to get eliminated, and they just keep winning these bullshit games. Game of the year potentially. I mean,
I
considering
don't know.
this, I mean, considering the stakes, considering, I mean,
Oh. I thank God. I was like, what the fuck game are you talking about?
this is a playoff game to play one less playoff game.
Yes.
If that makes any sense.
Like, no, this is like a legitimate,
Like, this is not a
full-on playoff
playoff
game.
game that will end your season, but this is a playoff game that will make your postseason a little bit easier. As
Yes.
in home field advantage, a bye week, shit like that. I feel like it's been a minute. I feel like it's been a minute since it's been last week of the season
For a division.
for division for the
For a
top seed.
For a 14-win division? No.
For the top seed, and
For a 15? No.
we're talking a 14-win team is going to be fifth.
A 15, yeah, 14-win team is going to be fifth.
Which I will say this, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the only pushback I'm gonna give on Detroit, because I love seeing Detroit rock out and ball, but Amon-Ra was on his podcast and he was like, it's not really fair. Like, it should be seeded like, yeah, the 4 division winners should make it, but it should be seeded
That's
like
bullshit. No.
He was saying like
No.
it should be, but
It
record
should be
wise,
all record based now.
as in, so that Detroit, even if they lose,
Winning
they'd
divisions
be
wouldn't
second.
matter.
And it's like, well, no, because you get in. He's saying you get in automatically if you win the division.
If you win the division,
but it doesn't mean you get a top 4 spot. It doesn't mean you get a home playoff game.
All right. Well, wait till they win their division and catch a 7 spot.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't
like no, his attitude's gonna change if they're 9-7 winning the division.
But Detroit
and now
can't.
They're the 7 seed.
Detroit can't start even try to sprinkle in any type of excuse.
About what?
I mean, they've been on this absolute run. It's like, what? Y'all didn't make it to the Super Bowl because y'all had to play on the road week 1?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, it's not. We're not doing this. We're not playing this game where where Detroit all of a sudden shits the bed because they have to go play a couple road games.
Well, I mean, they can still win this game.
They can, but I'm just saying, just the fact that he's even talking like that.
No, I think Detroit feels that it's unfair because of like how stupidly good the Vikings have played all year. We expected the Lions to be in this position.
I wouldn't say it's
shit. Fucking 4 weeks ago, we were like, yeah, the Lions are gonna take the division easy, and then the Vikings just kept winning.
A week ago, I was saying that.
But... Oh no, okay, yeah, for sure.
But I mean, at the same time, it's like, I mean, if I'm a Detroit fan, it's like, it's kind of like Baltimore. It's like I'd rather have comp in my division than just walk through.
No, they have comp now.
You can talk. I mean, no, they have.
But comp. I mean, imagine like Lamar's MVP season when y'all were 14-2. Imagine like competing with the Steelers that were also, was that their 11-win season? 11 straight.
Win your division.
Yeah, no, for real. Win your division.
Win your division, and you really can't complain. It's kind of like, oh, they're planting their flag at our 50-yard line. Win the game.
Agreed. But yeah, no, like Amon-Ra can't come out and be like, yo, change the playoffs so that we can be the 2 seed. It's like, no, shut the fuck up.
But with that out the way, the question is who's winning, because we have spent the last 18 weeks saying, all right, well, Sam Darnold is going to, like, drop off at some point.
Yeah. The Vikings are going to fucking...
Now, is Justin Jefferson a big part of it? I believe so.
Of course.
But there's more to it.
But, I mean, Brock Purdy was allowed to get hyped up a little bit.
He was, but you also have
the whole time we're like, yeah, no one's throwing the ball to Justin. Justin's just catching balls from the ceiling.
You have a somewhat revamped Aaron Jones. You have other weapons on the offense. You have a stellar defense.
A good defense. Yeah.
Now, looking back on it, making Brock Purdy go, you guys are fucking scary, might not have been the best, like, not the best, but like the biggest flex, like scaring Brock Purdy. Remember when Brock Purdy, after the game, was like, y'all got some fucking schemes. Like,
sure.
This was like week 3 or 4, like
a long time ago. Like when they first started blowing the doors off teams, and we're like, all right, yeah, wait till fucking week 9 when they start losing every fucking game.
And then when week 9 hit, it was like
when week 9 hit, they were playing the Lions and almost beat the Lions.
but it was still like, all right, well, Sam, it's like he made Carolina look good. Like there were conversations still being
before
had
week 4.
where who knows when he's gonna fall off, if he's gonna fall. It was almost like we've just been anticipating this fall off.
Well,
It
and I
hasn't
think with
occurred.
Sam that it's like he's played so much underwhelming football in his career that like he needs this year. Now, if he plays well in the playoffs, but he's going to need a good performance next year for us to be like, all right, pay him. This is a guy. We need him out there. But I mean, his starting job isn't even guaranteed. They got JJ. Now, I wouldn't switch to JJ at this point, but JJ's a rookie quarterback who was supposed to start the season.
So, like percentage wise, right now, how secure is Sam Darnold's spot?
I don't know.
Ballpark. Give me a number. Because you're making me think it's lower than what I would say.
Right now, like without the playoffs happening yet,
I'm saying right now, today, if Minnesota had to make their mind up on if they were going to extend Sam Darnold and keep him as their future for now at quarterback, his job security. If he
like
went
60,
down, if he went 60,
70 maybe.
there's enough that could go wrong this season for
I'm not even saying that anything has to go wrong. I'm just saying that Sam was not meant to start this season. They drafted a guy to start the season.
but
They
Minnesota already came out and said like we want Sam to return. So they really, I'm saying if they're gonna stand on those words and say, look, we haven't even won a division yet, we haven't seen him in the playoffs yet, we don't know what's gonna happen, and they're saying we want to bring him back.
well then it's 100%. Nothing can go wrong from here.
Well, what I'm saying is it might not be 100 because yeah, it's like he could absolutely just
Now
go. What's that? What's
he'll start the season next year. I'm
that? Mm-hmm.
assuming if healthy, but I think his leash
See, but starting the season off, but at the same time, it's like, hey, we're watching you. That's not
his leash is going to be a little bit tighter than Kirk's.
that's not 100% guaranteed. You
He
know,
has like a Justin Fields type of leash next year, I think,
so I would say
which
it's
is like
more like 90% secured.
yeah.
But with all that being said, I think this will prove a lot because you're basically asking that. I mean, it's still not as important as a playoff game, but it's damn near as important.
No, it's basically the first playoff game.
If you ask me right now, it's just no matter how good the Vikings have continued to be, if just season on the line, first seed on the line, there's no way Detroit's losing this. It's in Detroit.
It's in Detroit.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Unless that Detroit team last week showed up, that's the only thing I'm gonna say. Because I do want to hope that with how great they've been this season, the little bit of I don't know shakiness they gave us last week, Dan Campbell was like, "Hey, we about to get into the playoffs. We gotta." I believe he made a comment like, "There's a lot of things that need to be fixed that aren't like talent related or aren't." He was like, "There's a lot of mistakes that need to be cleaned up that aren't like skill based or something."
Sure,
He
yeah.
said something along the lines of
Mental
that.
errors, yeah, sure.
Which it's
Um,
like, yeah, if that Detroit team last week don't show up, I don't see them losing.
yeah. I don't know. It's hold on. Don't write it down yet.
No, I'm writing mine down. Detroit.
Okay, okay.
I'm taking Detroit.
I'm torn because again, like everyone said, we expected them to fuck up. The Vikings, that is. We didn't expect them to play well against um, Detroit in that first game. They played very well, almost won that game. I don't know. I have this poor feeling Dan Campbell is going to be the reason that they lose. Dan Campbell's going to do something stupid and too aggressive. But I'm going to take Detroit. But this game can easily be a real flip. And I mean, Detroit's defense has to lock the fuck in. I mean, I know Kirby had 2 picks last week, but they've shown signs of letting some things happen.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
see.
All right, we'll see. Okay, college football playoffs. Obviously, we had an interesting couple of days of college football. Penn State and Boise State. We get
Yep.
to
Good game
honestly move past that game and just say it's on to the NFL career for Genti.
for Ashton. Yeah.
And that'll be interesting to look into. But besides that, I mean,
Someone else is going to have an NFL career.
I'm not really putting too much stock in. Like I'm not gassing up Penn State's win over Boise State in this playoff run. It's like, okay, yeah, no, cool, whatever.
And it was still shaky as fuck.
Speaking of shaky as fuck, Texas versus Arizona State. Now I'm gonna just say this right now.
Cam Scattaboo.
Just off the bat, I do think Texas is going to show up looking like a better team on the 10th or whenever these semifinals are played.
Yeah.
But they did look a little shaky.
Yeah, but I mean, they look good in the first half. They start to let. I mean, they have that. Cam Scatabo throws a touchdown, a 40-some yard touchdown, fucks them. Scatabo looks great that whole fucking fourth quarter. And then you got Texas's kicker who can't make a fucking field goal to save his life. So
I mean,
they could have gotten out there and put that game away, but
I mean, they
didn't. Huh?
They dog walk Clemson week 1 or round 1, and then they just show up against a different. I don't know.
I mean, when you got a guy like Scatabo, I mean, he can fuck up some shit real quick. I mean, they were down what, 18?
Yeah.
24-6 in the fourth.
Made it a goddamn game, and then
I mean, it was a game within the last 8 minutes. So, you know, he I think is going to be a game changer at some point on the NFL roster.
Oh yeah, no, we got some interesting running backs in this draft. We got some interesting guys.
I mean, yeah, some hopefully future dogs. But
so Oregon?
I don't even know what happened there, man.
They got their asses kicked by Ohio State.
They did.
Which boom, there you go.
Everything... But like what I'm saying, like when I don't know enough about, like I haven't watched enough college football to be like, why would, like, to know why that would happen.
You've seen enough to know why the 12-team bracket was worth it.
I have.
If it was a 4-team bracket, we would not have seen this Ohio State team in it. And we would have seen this dog shit Oregon team in it.
No, agreed. And it's like, I mean, the whole time we were predicting the games, it was like, it's gonna be fucking Georgia Texas fucking final. Not gonna see that anymore. Not gonna see Oregon. Shit, did I have Oregon to go all the way? I think.
Let me pull.
I'm pretty sure I did. I think I had Oregon, Texas.
You had Oregon
Georgia
versus Georgia.
Yeah. Well, both of those guys are fucking.
And I had Texas versus Georgia, so.
Yeah. So still.
Hey.
But
whatever.
You know, it's a beautiful thing to see a 1 seed, an undefeated 1 seed, go down like this. Bad. Also, I didn't know that Jeremiah Smith was a freshman.
Yeah.
I thought he was about to enter the draft. That guy's fucking huge.
Sucks. I know GMs are pissed because it's like.
No, it's like now you gotta fucking.
We gotta wait forever.
Wait 2 more seasons. Yeah.
At least the NIL money by then might be so good that he might not.
He's gonna be NFL ready, bro.
Who knows, bro? That NIL money might be good.
That's gonna be crazy.
It might be good. And then Georgia versus Notre Dame, which.
Burl.
I'm trying to think like how we talk about this without you being like too inappropriate about it. Because obviously, you know.
What type of inappropriate?
The game got postponed. because of something that happened the night
All right, you're gonna have to
before.
cut this. No, you set it up
No, I don't have
horribly.
to. I don't have to cut anything. Bro. I'm being real. Like I'm saying, like
No, no, no. I just didn't know
no,
that
no,
you were
no, no,
about to
no.
talk about that.
Look,
I
I'm
forgot about
saying
that.
like we make jokes.
No,
We
agreed.
we talk about a lot of different things, and we
Yes,
talk about a lot of things that aren't too serious.
yes. No, yeah, yeah.
But I have not talked to you about that situation at
No,
all, and
yeah.
I would like to know, you know, what just from your
It was
point of
fucking
view.
terrible.
I mean, from what like fill in what I miss. So it's obviously it's New Orleans, it's New Year's, and a man just
Mhm.
drives into a crowd
Drove
of
into a
people,
crowd of people, yeah,
and
and
then
then started shooting. Yeah,
starts shooting, and then dies in a gunfight with the
with the
police.
cops. Yeah. And then a Tesla blew up in Vegas at a Trump hotel.
I don't think they had any connections,
No, but it was both. It was two army guys.
which they
One
they.
of them was ISIS related. Like this guy,
Whoa,
I
whoa,
don't know.
whoa,
There's
whoa,
a whole
whoa, whoa,
weird
whoa! What do you
thing
mean
where
two army guys?
both these guys served in the army at some point. That's the only connection that I found. I haven't looked into it much, but the only connection is that both of them served army. The New Orleans dude, like, apparently joined ISIS recently or whatever, and has been divorced 3 times and lived in a shack and said he was moving to New Orleans. Had a bunch of gun bullshit. I don't know what his motive could have been other than being a part of, thinking he's a part of ISIS or whatever. Um,
And what running over people celebrating New Year's is
yeah, yeah. I guess that's the way to. I don't know. You can't understand what terrorists do. You can't try to rationalize it because
But is that
it's
what that I mean? Is that the level we're at where it's like that was almost a not almost, but that was a terrorist attempt? I mean, not even attempt, a terrorist attack, a terrorist like attack, terrorist motives.
well, it is terrorism.
Okay, well,
Um,
see, but when we say there's a specific stigmatism to that word
yeah, yeah,
where
yeah. No,
you go to one
it's not like
specific group of people.
it's not a like now he associated with ISIS. I don't know what ISIS has anything to do with it, or he's just a sympathizer or whatever. But no, it's an act of terrorism, um, in the name of ISIS, which whatever that means. But it wasn't like a calculated fucking thing. It was just like a deranged fucking piece of shit who wanted to drive through a crowd of people to
Uh,
terrorize.
yeah. So fuck that guy.
Agreed. He's dead, so
Um,
good.
yeah. Wish he could have just I don't know jumped off of a bridge instead of
I don't know.
doing what he had to do. Well, no, that's the thing. It's like I almost forgot, and then every time I went back to like trying to talk about the game, it's like not only I mean, oh, the game wasn't that interesting, but it's like you think about that game, it's kind of hard to not think about what happened the night before it, or like the
No, I
whole
know.
reason it got postponed and
Yeah.
changed to a different
And then
day
ESPN didn't show the national anthem apparently. Something.
for
I don't know. There were people getting mad.
I I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
There's a lot of people. That's what I've learned about life. A lot of people are angry.
I've the more people tune into this channel, I've learned that it's just angry
It's just there's people
people.
who are mad.
I mean, there are
Like a
going to be
lot.
angry people probably on this video. Just,
Yeah.
but I
Georgia
mean,
loses.
Georgia got their
Georgia
ass
stink.
whooped.
Yeah.
Georgia got their fucking ass whooped without Carson Beck. And I mean, you were just sitting there telling me how shit he was and how much better Georgia was without him. Now obviously, no. Is bro good from what I've seen? Absolutely not. But
No,
just like I said about like all this hype with like Shador and one day you're this and one day you're that, it's like I have no
we
clue.
don't know. Yeah.
I have no clue. Bro could go ride the bench for 4 years and then lead the fucking Vikings to a 14-win
And it's
season.
like college already has enough questions like before NIL and all that shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck's gonna happen and how good is Tim Tebow or any of these fucking guys. No one knows at
Nobody.
all. At all. I have no fucking idea.
I have no clue. Nobody knew. Well, I'll say there's a
I mean, there
handful.
are certain things that are guaranteed, but
There's here and there. I
yeah,
I told you before Anthony Richardson was drafted how his career was going to go, and it's
sure.
going exactly how I expected it to
His,
go.
yeah,
But that's not even because of a skill thing. That was like
no,
it's like no, bro can't stay healthy, so we'll never see him play a healthy season. Like we'll never see a healthy Anthony Richardson for an
yeah.
extended period of time. So I mean, yeah, you're right. Carson Beck, I have no clue. He could go. He could return to Georgia next year. He could go ride the bench and be a backup for 4 years, and then
I think
take up
Carson declared.
take up for. I don't know. I believe it was still in the air
No, I think Carson and Milrow.
when this had to have been recent because I remember it being
It
up in
was a
the
few days
air
ago, I think.
a week or two ago. Okay. Well, either way,
I'll have
it's
to look. I don't know.
Carson Beck right now. Is he going to be starting on a team next year? No.
No.
So honestly, I wouldn't declare. I would go get that bread
Yeah, no.
in Georgia,
For real.
but that's just me. But yeah, so now we're set. We got our semifinals. And I mean, I know you want to give your predictions. I know you want to give your predictions for the
I do.
semifinals. So instead of what you had being Texas and Oregon, you're gonna have you're gonna have Texas and Ohio State.
It was funny the whole time you were texting me during that game. It was like I was like, "Yep, still early,"
Yo, it's still
and then
early.
it was just like I would there was I think it was when the running back busted went open for like however many yards,
Mm-hmm.
40, 50, 60 yards, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't even gotten back from commercial break yet, and the guy was gone. Like the play had started before they'd gotten back from commercial, and it was like 34-0. And I was like, Jesus, cunt. None of that is not good.
So Georgia, obviously losing. So Notre Dame is gonna go up against Penn State.
I hate that matchup.
So we got Penn State versus Notre Dame, and we got Texas versus Ohio State.
The way Ohio State looked against Oregon
Mm-hmm.
was spectacular. And if Texas's defense plays that same way that they did against Arizona State in the second half, I think there's no shot. Um, I don't know. I don't. I wish I knew more about college ball because to speak on it, but
So what you're saying is the national championship is gonna have a tailgate with Shane Gillis and Urban Meyer going beer for beer
probably,
because it's gonna be Notre Dame and Ohio State.
probably.
I agree.
These are soft. These are soft predictions.
I agree.
By
I
the
mean,
way,
I did, but I mean,
like
no, but it's
Texas can win, and
but
God forbid, Penn State win.
going into that game against Arizona State, they knew there was one person
That could
they
fuck
had to
shit up.
worry about,
Yeah,
and they couldn't do anything about it.
and now they have three dudes
So
they really have to worry about, and probably can't do anything about it.
yeah, if that like I do think Texas will look better than they did, but no, it's not.
And I mean, if Ohio State can hold Oregon to 8 points in the first half,
Yeah, no,
they
there's
can
not much to talk about. It's Gillis and
hold
Meyer
Texas.
playing cornhole. Two different types of cornhole because Urban Meyer has a different version of cornhole.
Yeah, it's called brown bag.
But with that being said, we did not talk Pro Bowls yet. We completely forgot to talk Pro Bowlers.
We talked for about 2 seconds,
But we do have the Pro Bowl team revealed. We have some players that maybe been snubbed, maybe not been snubbed. I'm gonna ask you, especially you being a Commanders fan. I mean,
I
you
think
got
I got the one we needed.
you got a couple.
Did Louvu get up there?
Say that again.
Frankie Louvu?
That's a good
Linebacker.
question. Let me. Yeah, here. Let me.
My bad.
NFC defense. No,
Damn.
no, he did not. But the one thing I was gonna say, especially about defense for Pro Bowls, there's gonna be snubs every year.
Left
There's
and
too
right.
many beasts. There's too many pass
Mm-hmm.
rushers. There's too many linebackers. There's too many DBs that are just balling all year. Where
Mm-hmm.
it's like, no, it's like just the ones with probably the best numbers are going to end up there. It's like it's so close, and you're splitting hairs picking
Yeah.
3 linebackers out of the
True.
entire league or
True.
out of an entire conference. I mean, it's going to be hard.
Yep.
But if we take a look at, I guess one of the big conversations is Baker Mayfield being left out of the Pro Bowl. The NFC quarterbacks: Sam Darnold, Jared Goff, Jaden Daniels. Now, I think you could make arguments because I mean, there's you got the fact that Jaden technically he had a Pro Bowl wide receiver this year. You could sit there
Technically,
and
yes.
say that he had a Pro Bowl wide receiver. Now, if you throw in expectations,
Mm-hmm.
you're not too surprised at what Baker being able to finally grab the NFC South at the end of the year compared to how well Jaden Daniels came in and played his rookie season.
His rookie year.
I think the narrative obviously helped it out a lot, but then you also throw in just the rushing ability too. I don't think
Well,
it's.
he broke the rookie rushing record.
I just feel like you can be snubbed without someone else not deserving it.
Yes.
Like
Like
snubbed.
I think they both deserved it. And I mean Sam deserves it because his team is 14-2. That's it.
But I feel
Um,
like if we're gonna do one thing that has nothing to do with the record, I mean, it's why Joe Burrow's no, fuck that, because Joe Burrow's a Pro Bowl quarterback. So fuck the record. We're not.
you're right. Joe Burrow's
Sam,
gonna miss the playoffs. That's
honestly,
right.
Sam Darnold probably, but that's it. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm
Well,
not
you got a
hating.
15-1 quarterback who's not on there. That's not a
And
snub though.
and I'm not hating on Jaden, but I'm just saying the narrative for a rookie quarterback, playing well enough to make the Pro Bowl, or a revived Sam Darnold. Think about last
Mm-hmm.
year, Baker, the revived Baker, becoming a Pro Bowler. It's
Mm-hmm.
like now he's already at that Pro Bowl level and is expected to play that well when you got other guys that are exceeding their expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know if you can necessarily call it. I'll say yeah. He missed out. He's missing out. He got snubbed in terms of he deserves to be named a Pro Bowler this season, but I don't
But
necessarily think.
yeah, I don't think any of those guys on that list don't deserve it.
Yeah, and obviously Jared Goff, no question about that.
Yeah.
Running backs, seemed fair. I'd say on the NFC side was definitely heavy. You had Saquon, Jameer Gibbs, and Josh Jacobs.
Josh.
I'd say the only person really left out or snubbed. See, this is another thing though. It's like like Kyron Williams, great year for the Rams, right? But it's so
Yeah.
running back heavy over in the NFC. It's like Kyron Williams deserves to be a Pro Bowler, but
Mm-hmm.
there's just not enough spots.
There's not enough space. No.
That's somebody that I probably would have taken a look at. But on the AFC side, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I might push at, you got Derrick Henry, you got Jonathan Taylor, and you got Joe Mixon. I'm personally probably giving the nod to Najee over Joe
Najee could have
Mixon.
gotten it. Cook
Um,
could have gotten it.
yeah, I'm definitely taking Najee over Joe Mixon, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean statistically, I mean, okay, sure, whatever. You can throw Joe Mixon in there. Receivers. Jerry Judy ain't a Jag.
You never know.
Jerry Judy might not be a Jag. I mean, Steve.
Jerry Judy might have just had to get out. So maybe he needed Jameis as a quarterback.
But I'm saying, like, he went from Steve Smith pretty much publicly being like, "Hey, if y'all want a receiver that's good, don't ever call his fucking not like, don't
There
ever
was
call his
also
line. Don't ever."
there was a respect thing there that didn't have to do with ball. It was a yo was a Not
Yeah, but it
I don't
turned
know what I'm saying, but
into
it was a little mixed scuffle.
see, but it
But
was
he was saying before that he was not good and whatever, but it got a little personal. But I mean, Jerry can do Jerry things. Jerry had a great game against his former
see, but
team.
I think it was, hey, you're disrespecting me, so you're disres. I think it was more maybe like you're disrespecting me, so let me tell you how I really feel,
Let me tell the truth. Yeah. Well, no, because
opposed to yeah,
the
like
whole
opposed
thing
to
was
like you just
that Steve had already said that he was a jag. Jerry confronted him, or no, Steve went up to go apologize, and Jerry was like, "I don't want none of that shit." And then Steve was like, "All right, fuck you, you suck." And at the time, he did. He's better.
I don't know if Steve was going up to apologize.
Steve was going up to. I think he said that. Not necessarily apologize, but to be like, "Yo,
We'll pull the
sorry about the things
I'll
you're
go
gonna
back in
play
the
or whatever."
memory bank. I'll go back in the memory
Spank bang.
bank and see what's
We can
going
go find it.
on. But Jerry Judy, Jerry Judy makes the Pro Bowl. Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, and the first ever Raven drafted
Receiver.
at the receiver position. Zay
Rashad Bateman.
Flowers making the
Oh.
Pro Bowl, which people, hey, Lamar
Hey,
is going to win
Lamar is a Pro
MVP
Bowl
because
quarterback.
he's got a Pro Bowl wide receiver. But also, two rookies got snubbed and deserve the spot over Zay. That's the conversation that people don't want to have.
Exactly.
It's like you can't sit here tell me through a screen that hey, Zay Flowers is a Pro Bowl receiver. That means that sorry, Lamar can't win MVP. It's going to Josh Allen. But then also say Brian Thomas and Lad McConkey deserve it over Zay.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot have it both ways. So either
They're
Zay
gonna get
deserved this
both.
Pro Bowl
It's
spot
okay.
or people got snubbed. The tight ends, Brock, obviously, Travis Kelsey, simply
That's
off of the
crazy.
name. Simply off the
Crazy.
name.
Absolutely crazy. Well, no, I
Statistic
think that
wise,
is that their failsafe. Like, if the Chiefs don't make it,
I
Travis
don't know,
Kelsey's
but
at a
I'm
Pro
just saying
Bowl.
statistic wise, Johnu Smith just had a little bit of a better year with a
Mark
I
could
mean
have gotten it.
and I mean just in terms of like the quarterbacks that Johnu Smith had to deal with in Miami this season. I mean, come on. Bro
Skyler.
put up better stats. Bro put up better stats than Travis Kelsey, and Travis Kelsey still gets the nod. And I don't know if I'm okay with that, but that's okay.
Nah, Travis
Um,
getting outplayed by dudes who no one knows their name.
the NFC receivers can't be mad at that. Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin.
That's a perfect
Um,
top four.
and then yeah, like I said, like the defense, there are snubs every single season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just you are not gonna go a year without having a certain amount of safeties, certain amount of corners, certain amount of linebackers that could have made it. Like, okay, and as a Ravens fan, we had 9 Pro Bowlers this season. As a Ravens fan, could you have put in, or let me rephrase that.
Y'all got
Do
Marlowe in there,
I
bro.
think I was gonna say, do I think there's only 3 corners in the AFC better than Marlon Humphrey? Probably
No.
not. Probably not. Not at all. Um, if I look over, do I okay? Did Roquan have a shaky year? Kinda. Did
Mm-hmm.
he give best inside linebacker of the year vibes this season? Not really, not to
No.
me. Especially if we're talking terms of expectations and just what you've done in the past to become a Pro Bowler. I don't know if you can do that now. Matabike, yeah, I'll take that. Patrick Ricard, fucking every single season
Fullback, dude. He has
at
to have it.
at fullback, but I don't know when I look around, it's just
I mean,
there's
Marlowe's
definitely
for real only on there because he caught a few picks.
you can have your debates. You can have your discussions, but um besides that,
Kyle's on there.
I would say what's up?
Kyle deserves this.
Kyle Hamilton deserves his. I'll give it to him. I mean, Linderbaum, I'd say shit. Out of our linemen, yeah, I'll take Bro. But that's the Pro Bowl list. I mean, are there any other snubs that really come to mind to you? I mean, I'd say, like I said, I mean, they were talking about McConkey missing out, Brian Thomas missing out, James Cook missing out, Baker missing out. Those are probably the biggest names that popped out when
No,
when
there's
this
nothing too crazy.
roster was revealed.
Um, I mean, we didn't see any crazy bullshit, so I'm fine with that. We didn't see Mahomes barely sneaking in there, and I mean, except for the Kelsey thing, I think that's the only bullshit on there, like the true bullshit. But
Mm,
outside of that, nothing too
okay,
crazy.
okay, okay. Yeah. So Pro Bowl, honestly, I'm not really mad at it this year. And I don't remember
No, that's
how we
fine.
felt about it in the past. I'm sure we reviewed it last year and reacted to last year's
I mean, there's
roster.
definitely been
I
some Pro
don't
Bowl bullshit
remember.
throughout the years,
I don't
but
remember how we felt.
I don't know. I
But
mean,
besides that, I mean, we talked Pro Bowl. What's up?
I was gonna say Trubisky made it at some point, so
There was a time where Mitch Trubisky was I mean, Tyler Huntley was a Pro Bowl quarterback. So
Tyler Huntley was a Pro Bowl
take whatever
Now,
you
things are
want,
going to
whatever.
change when it comes to people being injured or people going to Super Bowls and things. So
Um,
a little bit.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You got people
It still
pulling
counts as a
out or
Pro
just
Bowl.
not wanting to be a
If
Pro Bowler. But yeah, it still
there
counts
was
as a
one,
damn Pro Bowl.
there was one player who, like, I can't remember who it was, but had the opportunity to play in a Pro Bowl who wasn't initially in the Pro Bowl. Someone got injured or whatever, and then didn't take it and was like, I want to earn one myself, and then never earned one himself and was like, fuck, that
Mm,
sucks. Um,
damn.
but yeah,
All
so
right.
there'll be some guys who get some sneaks in, but
With that being said, we talked college football, week 18, the final regular season week of the NFL this season. Jimmy Butler, Pro Bowls. We talked a lot of shit today, Devin. We talked about Earth and space and the water and shit. We we
I
we,
don't
we
like
talked
that.
about it all.
Fucking
But with all
lame.
that being said, is there anything you need to get off your chest before we get out of here?
I gotta get all these boogies out of my face before I get out of here.
You and this word. You and this. All right. All
You
right.
don't like the word boogies?
I don't, bro. It makes me feel. It honestly, and I hate to like do this to you, but it just makes me cringe. Like it's just
It's fine.
that word. It's just
I got
cringy. Like
boogies
it's
in
just
my
like
face, bro.
ugh, I don't like that at all.
It's
But
alright.
with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of On It. We will be back on Tuesday to talk all these Week 18 games. Maybe Jimmy Butler is on a different team. Some upcoming free agents we'll talk about next episode. But yeah, brand new episodes every Saturday and Tuesday. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.